The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit.
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to Matthew.
Glory to you, Lord.
Jesus said to his disciples, "You have heard that it was said, 'You shall love your neighbor and hate your enemy.' I say to you, love your enemies. Pray for those who persecute you, that you may be children of your heavenly Father. For he makes the rain to fall on the good and the bad, and the sun to rise on the just and the unjust. For if you love those who love you, what recompense will you have? Do not tax collectors do the same? And if you greet your brothers only, what is unusual about that? Do not the pagans do the same? So be perfect, just as your heavenly Father is perfect." The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
Well, you got your marching orders. Be perfect. Our Heavenly Father is perfect in His mercy. He is perfect in His mercy, in that He does not extend mercy because we deserve it. We ask God to forgive us, and He does. We're not always perfectly contrite. In other words, we come before God sometimes asking for mercy, knowing that we're likely going to commit similar or same sins again. In other words, God is just wonderfully merciful. God doesn't extend us mercy because we deserve it. Now, you and I are God's children, and you know as well as I do that your children take after you. Sometimes that makes you ashamed of yourself, doesn't it? But they take after us, our children, because they have our physical DNA. They look like us, they talk like us, they act like us. And so because we've shared with them our DNA, they're our children. The good things that we have, they take on. The bad things we have, they take on. And so it is that we have our Father's DNA because we're God's children. So how do you go about today being perfect? Wouldn't you like to know? Well, of course I'm going to tell you. Don't wait to forgive somebody because they deserve it. That's not what it's about. You don't wait to forgive somebody, reconcile with somebody because they deserve it. You do it because you're God's child.